Hello, hello. Welcome back. Market Mastery, the 1 hour you need in the market to make sense of what's going on and make some money. My name is Austin, aka Big Quench from Penny Boys Stock Alerts, bringing it to you live right now. Hello, everybody. Check in, say hello. If you're from the Discord, say what's up or drop your Discord username so we know who's who. We got Sailor Brown, Latvian, 10, 15 others. Hello, hello, hello. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna get into it today. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. I'm gonna rip this Twitter post out here, and then we're gonna get to cooking on it. We got some pretty easy levels for the SPY. We're gonna make some good money if you're in SPY Playmaker. If you are not in SPY Playmaker, make sure you get access. We can drop the link in the comments. It's also in the description. I send you my 2 SPY trades every week with the exact contracts, with exact details on how I'm trading it, so that all you have to do is follow along and take the trade if it makes sense to you. Those trades have hit about 90% of the time. Literally, I think we're hitting about 92% in total of a win every single week. Let's see, we'll do it. All right. All right. Got that done. How goes it? How you guys living? How you living today? It's been a pretty easy market to trade. I hope everybody's trading it well, trading it efficiently, trading it effectively, and making some money. Get these SPY levels going for you. There we go. All right, so we got our SPY up here. We are on the daily chart. This thing is nothing but ripped and gone up on the weekly. We have a lot of bullish momentum here. A lot of bullish momentum. We really saw this thing kind of settle in 625 or so and really hold up here. So I mean, right now the world's your oyster trading the SPY. Let's dial in a little more and take a look at the more immediate term price action so we get an understanding of exactly how we're going to take advantage and make some money. So now we got our levels up on the chart. If you want these levels, I do them for you. I post them on the Penny Boys Trading View. You can view this SPY chart each week every time we update the levels. Porter, that would be a good idea. Actually, just post just the levels, just publish a chart. So if you want to follow, if you want this exact chart, you can follow the Penny Boys account and you can get this chart with my levels on it and have it open live while the trades are going, which would make SPY Playmaker kind of like a really easy opportunity to make money because you literally have the levels and you have the chart and everything's already charted out for you. So again, we tried to make it as easy as possible to follow along and make money trading options. That's exactly what we've done. So let's look at where we're at today. So we closed about 643 and change. We have a nice trend line dating back to August 1st, which we have been riding successfully for the past month. That time is either going to come to an end to the downside or the upside. So here's our decision point. We are waiting for this right here to materialize. That puts us through today. Spot on. We're about to hit exactly where we thought we'd hit, this point of confluence right here. Now the question is, what happens next? I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. We either follow trend line and test resistance, or we fail trend line and we test support. It's really either way. And after we test the support, if we can't hold it, I think we can get flushed. So there is some huge options making money on here today. There's some huge opportunity. This is going to be one of the better weeks, I think, for SPY Playmaker because we have had our couple days of consolidation and are now reaching a decision point. Everyone that has access to SPY Playmaker, if you're in the Discord, you will get these trades ironed out, sent directly to you. I'm buying this call at this price. I'm aiming for this target. Here is the technical analysis I'm following. We give you all that and you get to follow it. So the bulls can wait for this decision point to be hit tomorrow and see if we test its support and then head to the upside. Bears should be watching this for a break to the downside. For those of you that are going to be following the SPY Playmaker trades, once again, I have broken down these levels. I do it with Porter before the meeting, and then he takes it a step further, breaks them down even more so. So basically, you get everything you need to know, exactly what we're expecting the SPY to do, exactly what we're going to do to make money off of it, and exactly how much money we expect to make. So if you want all of that broken down for you so that all you have to do is open your email and follow a couple trades, sign up for that. The link is right there in the comments as well as in the bio. I just popped it up on the screen. Those are our SPY levels. So let's talk about a name that's been running that we talk about every week because a lot of us are holding it, and that name is Tesla. So we like the price action we've been seeing. Again, above 300, we're very happy with Tesla. As long as it stays above 300, we're in a phenomenal position to start building a base a little bit higher, 320. So basically, you want to just see Tesla step up the lows. If we go to the daily chart here, really, we just don't want to see a daily close below 308, and Tesla is bullish and ready to go. So again, long hold there. I'm not concerned. I'm not trying to sell right now. I don't have any sort of urgency or anxiety around the trade. I'm just sitting and waiting because right now the time is right and it's making sense. So I really like it there. So I'm going to pause right there. We've talked about the SPY levels, and we talked about Tesla and where it's at. Are there any questions at this moment about those two names? Let's get this Tesla chart up here. So that we do have a question. Mm-hmm. Sorry, showing these tweets out. Okay, so would a fib in this recent swing be valid on the daily chart? That's a great question. Let's take a little peeky boo. So, where are we starting at? Where are we starting at? I'm waiting for you. Waiting for you, baby. Where are we starting at, baby? Oh, this month? Okay. I thought you were going to say the specific. Okay. August 1st. Let's look. So we've got. I'm on the live stream. Oh, yeah. Just message me. All right. So we've got August. So looking at just this month. Let's go. We got to go smaller then. January. August. So I guess I wouldn't know what. I'm a little lost. Like, do you mean condensing that down a fib of the last month? Yeah, but I wouldn't. I would personally like. You want the most. You want either the biggest expression of volatility, or you want like the longest. You want a super long range. Ideally, both. I would say no. Notice I mentioned target 380. That's going to be the decision point. Perfect. So I would say swinging it from here. Does it make sense? Yeah, there's 20% on it. Actually, yeah, there is. You're right. Actually, now I think about it. So yeah, 330 to 380 is 20%. So yeah, yeah, give or take, right? 15%. I would say yeah, there is a swing there. Now the only struggle would be like if you wanted to build an options trade around it and keep it manageable in terms of cost. That's where I'd feel a little hesitant. But swinging equity with a yeah, I mean it's 1 to 2, so it's not fantastic, but it's okay. So I hope that answers your question. But I would do it based on the most recent expression more so. Uh Personally, yeah. So think of it this way, Vanessa. So basically, like imagine there's two trade opportunities and one can make 40%, the other one 15%, you know? It's like if but time also matters. Like if I'm going to make 15% in a month or 40% in a year, 15% is the choice. However, again, it's in consideration of what's the long game here. Because you also have to think, what if I can only get that 15% a month for one time? Then the 40% a year for the year makes way more sense. So it's a balancing act of like trying to understand if it fits with the overarching kind of philosophy of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Like, so for me, I want to have like a tech centric portfolio that will have the bigger names that can leverage what they've built the last 15 years to scale it quickly in the advent of AI at full scale, right? Like that's what I want because those are the guys that are going to win. So I want to make sure my money's in their bucket because their bucket's going to be the best. It's going to be the biggest, right? When they give me my money back, I'll get the most back. So I always think in that regard, like if I have 5 grand, I was going to just sit in cash and do nothing with. Does it then make more sense to swing it on Tesla? Yeah, if that cash is not like my only saving. You know what I'm saying? So like there are a billion questions to ask. If you break this down empirically of just like does the trade setup look good? I would say from this point like no, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze with the other opportunities that are in the market. So that's my 2 cents and opinion. Um, so there's two names that I've gotten a lot of questions about. Where's the next buy? So remember on Palantir, we called out the position trade at 145, meaning it was buy at 145 right here, put a 10% stop in place, and then let it ride. We did that. It crushed, went to 189, bang, bang, done. Awesome. 171. So right here, close this gap anywhere 160 to 171. So basically, I'm waiting for Palantir to fill in this gap and just kind of trudge along here in the 160s. That trend line buy will be that will be my next entry opportunity for Palantir. And that's for those that missed the initial. We're up 2,203% on Palantir. We're actually still up on a lot of these trades. It's amazing. But I know some people that missed it initially wanted some continuation stuff, and so I wanted to make sure you guys get that. In the chat, I just put those are the. I'll share all of them, so no one's like you're hiding it. Ain't hiding shit. These are all the open trades, so you can take a look. I know everybody always wants to know, like, are you still in this? Are you still in that? I do have 2 that are red. I need to add those in. Send you guys all of them from this portfolio. Transparency, baby. but we only have a few that are red. We're red on INDI, but 2%. So who cares? And then Siri, SIRI, 2% again. That's actually one. Huh. I'm going to put in actually. So the name that we talked about Friday, guys, in the private trading session on Friday, the Warren Buffett name, I'm going to add a little bit more here. I'm just trying to add a couple shares a day. How many shares did I buy? About 300. Okay. So we'll do another 150. No, it's too much. We don't want to go that heavy. All right, we did 50. Okay. This is good till canceled order. I'm just sneaking in some orders on like off chance buys. Remember, you always want to have them in because it's first in, first out. So if someone else's order is in ahead of yours, then you're screwed. And I've got the biggest buy at $18.55, just in case we get it. So I literally have these orders positioned on the downside. So think about that. It's a trade I'm going into that I'm bullish on, a long-term name that I want to hold forever or for a very long time, and I'm wanting it to go down. I think we also got a really nice pickup on Adobe for all those that remember. That was another one. I'll share that one. We discussed it on the live stream. This chart is just setting up beautifully. We've mapped out the ranges here. I think Porter did that. You could see all the expressions of downside, how the last couple ranges have moved, and we have stuck and stayed right here. And I really like this 330 level. And I think that this is going to be a key level that if it holds, there is a fantastic opportunity for us here. So I'm very excited about that. So, all right, let's get into the comments here. We're going to pause again. Any questions about the names we've covered so far or any other additional questions? Oh, we do have one. Okay, Michelle. Yeah, I think you've used V Michelle. Same Vanessa's weird. Okay, so I have a question. When you have a really good cost basis, like a lot of us do on Palantir, you can tell what I add to that position. Oh, okay, so yes. So let me go back to that chart because that's a great question. So it's more of a question of mindset. So is this a question that, because we're going to go into this for a second. So is this a question that, who else wants to hear the answer to this question? Type 0 if you do not want to hear, you don't care. It's a bad question. I don't want to hear it. I already know this. 1 if you do want to hear the answer. Let's leave this up to a vote. 0 if that's not even a question that I would care to know. 1 if it's like, that's a good question, I would like to know. No, I have to say V Michelle because I just see the Discord names in my head. That's how it is with everyone. Latvian, send me a DM. It's one of the private session ones. I want to keep some things sexy and exclusive. It's the Warren Buffett tie-in. Just think back to that if you were on the stream, or just shoot me a DM. All right. Well, the two of you are very participatory, so we're going to talk about it. So the question was this, okay? For those that don't know, there's a couple hundred people here. You guys might not be members of the Discord, right? So V Michelle, Vanessa, you just saw in there. We all bought Palantir very early, right? So we're riding this out. We bought in at Palantir at $8, $7. So we're up 2,000%, right? This thing's trading for $175. What if I want to buy more? What if I want to buy more? It's a great question because if I really believe in this name, there's really one question asked first. Do I believe in this name for the next, do I think in 10 years it'll be worth more than it is today? Yes. Number 2, do I own enough of it? That's the most important question. So first, once you've answered that question, do I own enough? If the answer is no, I'd like more exposure. Okay, great. Now where are we going to buy? So any name that you want to hold long term and continually add to is a trend line support trade. Always, always, always. So we're just going to take these lows here and just keep it simple and follow basic major trend. I would buy all of these. I would have bought it here, bought it here. I would have bought this. I would have bought the shit out of that. And then as you can see, there hasn't been an opportunity to buy since. Let me try to pull this chart up. 1 sec. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that out there. All right, then. So we have answered your question, I hope. So we would have bought all of those trend line opportunities, right? And then we would wait for more of them here. But until we get them, it's not something I would buy. Again, back to the same thing. If there's 5 people I can give $1 to, and one of them can bring me back 10, and I trust that person, I should give it to them. But there is benefit in diversifying that risk, right? Taking a chance on all 5 versus just one, right? So again, all questions that have to be asked and answered by yourself. But if it makes sense based on my income and everything else, like owning more Palantir would make sense. I'm not overexposed. I think it's going to go to, say, like hypothetically, I think it's going to 500 a share. Let's say that's my price target, right? I'm not saying it is, but let's say. Then it would make sense to buy it all the way up basically until 500 a share, wouldn't it? So that's what I would do every time I got the opportunity off the trend line. Another fantastic way is to sell covered calls against the position you own. Because then basically that premium you collect, you could just buy more shares. It's free money as long as they aren't exercised. Because you don't want your shares to get called away. But nevertheless, there's a few. So Michelle, that's I would, because you're in Lifetime, I would definitely bring that up with, I would do a one-on-one with Bull, and I would kind of talk to him about what we just talked about. And he's going to give you the best strategy behind the, like, actually creating the passive income around the position. I just know that's probably the move, because then either you sell your shares at a price you agreed to and you're good with that and you made a bunch of money, and then you could buy back in with more money, or it's a way to just manage the downside risk and actively manage the position. Because like if you're, sell the $200 call and it goes to 200, you could either buy the call back and take a little bit of a loss, or just let them buy your shares and then you just buy more when it dips. But it's just mapping out the trade ahead of time to know when the orders need to be put in so that you get those dips. But the trend is your friend, especially in the long term. It always is, was, and will be. So staying on the tech focus here, we've got NVIDIA breaking out into God knows where. Everyone's wondering how far is it going to go. So it's another name where people are like, well, does it make sense for me to buy it here? And this is one we've mapped out at length. I think this is an easy trade. We're in no man's land right now. So until we break 194, I am not buying more. I'm up 19, almost 2,000% on this name too. It's almost the same as Palantir. Bought it at 12, I think. 12 or 13 was the price we bought NVIDIA. So it's 10x at the minimum. So beautiful. I would wait until we interact with 194 or build a base at 150. I like the 150 base better, and then that's where I'd build my next position on NVIDIA at 150, aiming for kind of our long-term target of hitting eventually 250. So that's kind of how I'd use that for NVIDIA as well. So let's get into it. We're going to flip on over. We're going to change gears here for a second. We are going to flip on over to Stock Fetcher. We're going to look at the screener, and we've been seeing some bangers from this. So let's switch them up. All right. Ion Q's ranging. Let's go. Let's go to these reversals. Let's start here. And let's just backtrack a week ago. Okay, it worked on run. Okay, pretty damn. Okay, 29%, 1%, so negative 24, so positive 18, positive 12, positive 24. I'm just adding up the totals. Positive 24, positive, so minus 7, so positive 16, positive 26, positive 33, 70, okay, 77. Yeah, clearly if you took every single one of the trades and waited a week. Oh, wait, there's too many pages. I wouldn't be able to add them all up, so never mind. I don't want to say that. So let's go to today. Serve looks interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's look on the small cap side. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. All right, let's get back to the chart. We got some interesting stuff here. We got something to play with. Okay. Let's look at next door. Oof. Okay. Next door holdings. I'm just looking this up. So they, oh yeah, internet content, enterprise value 401 million, market cap 778. Price to cash is not bad. Good quick ratio. EPS looks good. Still pretty strong institutional. Gross margins good. No real meaningful price targets. Yeah, these still shit brands like Nextdoor, like they're just such easy acquisition targets where like you could buy the bottom and then it just doubles up when it gets acquired like a year later. Like you don't even look at it. You know what I mean? And these are the opportunities like that I want to make sure we're on top of, like Crocs. Like we've gotten all of them, like all the weird ones that ended up, 50xing and we didn't even have to do anything, but just wait. So let's look at their earnings. I mean, it's small cap, but it's not super small. Okay, so they've been just beating earnings. It's just a matter of where's the growth, which I really think there could be with these stupid little media marketing communications names. I don't know what it is, dude. They just have some sort of gumption to them where people are interested. And then they just explode. Yeah, the serve that chart too. I also want to pull up. I just want to look at this next door really quick. Dude, I built this other GPT called the Trade Tutor that is phenomenal for like quick research. Okay. So they'll have to validate the tech. This guy's good. I'm trying to get this one to be able to pull like earnings data and such, and then like basically model things out for me. It's not quite there yet. So 4 continuous quarters of beatings. They've topped EPS and beat on revenue. They've got obviously BlackRock, Vanguard, all those. ARK dumped it, but Kathy Wood does impulsive shit. Their forward P is 0.14. So they've executed on expectations. They've been somewhat reliable, decent names, but inside ownership being high also means less accountability typically. Yeah, they're gonna need a catalyst. So this is one to keep a close eye on. This would be a good opportunity actually for all of you to like keep an eye on this, and then you tell me like when you see the catalyst, what and why. What is it and why? Why does it matter? Why does that change this now? Right now, not a buy. I don't like the chart. It's not making sense. It was a cool idea, and then we didn't find anything meaningful, so we let it go. And we move on to the next one. But if along your journeys, your travels, one of you is a better researcher than me, takes a little more time, effort, and energy, figure something out, please share it. Let's work the trade together. So here's serve. Downside's coming. You got a little head and shoulders here. Just gonna knock her down. This one will be interesting. $6-7. But we're We're going to pass on that now. Let me go back to the screen. See what else we got here that really interests me. What is this? What is this company? It's very interesting. About $4. Ooh, does anybody know what this is? BLMZ Blooms. Ew, looks a little. Doesn't look as good up close. Let's see. Harrison Global Holdings sounds like a bullshit company. So this is 19 cents. Oh, they must have just done a split. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Never mind. That one doesn't look very good either. All right, we're going to have to switch over. These don't look. Let's look. What is that? Is anybody following this TLS? What the hell? Whew. We got to find out why this what happened here, why this went. Wow, my computer's being really slow. Look at that breakout 520. This has got some room to like easily 650, and then if it breaks 730, go to $10. This could be a Momo play. You're willing to take a 10% haircut. I'd say you'd have to go even lower. This is definitely a watch list one, though. Wouldn't you say? Oh, Tammy, what you got? You got them clappers. Fubo was also triggered by the screener, sorry. Fubo's setup is gold right now. Look at that. It's finally getting some play on the weekly. Look at that. After so long. Okay, on the weekly, it looks like monthly buy $1.29. So that's missed. So let us keep cooking. We keep looking, keep cooking, keep looking. You can start also for Smash or Pass if you want to start getting them ready. I mean, we're really just browsing right now and just looking at what's good. Oh, what is this? This feels like, what happened here? All this volume out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's a good one. Hive. That we have. Remember, we bought those options here. Poogie, I feel like this thing is messed up right now. Oh, unless it, because I don't see the bear signal, but the stop loss is up there. Do you know why that is? $2. We're at 222. Bear bullish on the daily. So we've got those options on this. I don't mind this for a little equity. We really just got to break that. That's like, this is the key right here. This is 220s. We break that, we should be golden. This thing should rip. This is one to set an alert on when the price breaks above a certain level. Yeah, let's see how this trades tomorrow too. All right. All right, let's get them going, baby. Dude, EQS, what a banger. Oh, Tammy found one. Oh, damn it. Somebody knows something. Look at that. That is a beautiful well. My God, Tammy, look at this. Boom. So you know you found the one, guys, when you can easily map out the price targets. That is how you know you have arrived. So even if we test that range, is about 75% upside. So stop loss there, I would agree. Stocks plays a $1.35. So lose 50 cents on the trade. You have to risk a decent amount here. That's the only problem. Unless you just go off the lows, you're just likely to get stopped out. But honestly, it's worth it. I might run this. Take the trade with the stop at tight. Okay. Yay. God, this one's stumping me, Tammy. This is so interesting. I need to go. I need to do a little more research. Tammy, how much have you dug into this one? Remember, drop the tickers in the chat. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, drop the tickers in the chat. We are breaking down your charts, smash or pass. In 30 seconds or less, we give you a yes or no. Does the chart look good or does it look terrible? Just a quick hit to keep it moving to hopefully prevent you from making a bad decision for yourself. Yeah, I do love the record revenue. 50% upside on analyst targets. Yeah, this is all going to come down to revenue and margin guidance. Like they're just going to have to fucking execute. So Tammy, question. Let's see. Let's see. This is the right question for you. Do you think it'd be more beneficial to wait and see how the Q3 revenue prints, or the OEM confirmation? And Troy, I see you got UPS calls in there. I am interested because I've been looking at UPS on my own. Looking at UPS on my own already. Okay. So let's keep it cooking. We're gonna put this one on as a hold. I like it. I want to give it the smash. Oh, first this looked real bad, and then it looked better. So this one's opposite up close. Actually, looks a lot better. Really upset with myself for this one. I didn't play this one right. So yeah, you got bullish engulf on the trend support here with pretty significant volumes. I'd say this one is that's a great trend line buy. I would just say this trend line would be my measure. If it breaks and we lose it, I would probably reconsider the entire trade, because you pretty much have a nice little channel here. So the expectation would be that this channel will just continue to fill out and keep moving to the upside. Okay, let's keep it cooking, keep it cooking, keep it cooking. We got CLF. This is a good one. We got options on this one. They're currently. Oh wait, no, sorry. Holy shit, that's CRDL. That's my apologies. This is not Cleveland Cliffs. Cleveland Cliffs is right by my house though, and this is a ridiculous chart. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is going to be a banger. This is going to be a banger. So we need to figure out where those guys in Dubai are buying their steel from. So I don't know if anybody's seen this, but basically they're building like a super city. And for the next year, they're going to use like 20 something percent of the world's steel production to build it, which means Cleveland Cliffs, one of the larger steel, I think, fabricators, I think is the right term. How much revenue? %25%, Kenny. So what do you mean Brazil? Is it the Saudis that are going to build it? Are you saying it's Brazil? I thought was it Saudis? Then yeah, no megacity in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so they are Saudis. Oh, so Cleveland Cliffs might not see any love there. But will that drive? I mean, it's gonna sink supply. So like demand should just increase. Okay. So Cleveland Cliffs will need margin expansion. Will they have it? Because that's what they'll need. Domestic buyers will stay here, but I don't know if there's growth. They have to be efficient. I know that they're not. So we really just need volatile steel prices. Because if those are going to drive, then either way, I feel like this is just too good to be true. What's their book value? Isn't it like probably 20% upside? Because I just feel like this is gotta. The upside here is what though? $13? Really? You know, best case 20. Missing hasn't moved. God, there's so much. I do like the idea though. There's opportunity because, like, really, let's look at their demand. Clearly, there's demand at what is it? Oh, actually, hold on. There's some demand there, but not a ton. There's more demand at 18. $9 is the only one that interests me as like this could be real. Yeah, that's it right there. That's where I'd clip this. Clean. That's clean now. It just has to get to 13. I just don't know if it's going to get there and how much time we can really. Again, back to that same question of like, is this the smartest place to park my money? TIGR. Oh, this one was so fun to trade. Oh, what? Look at that. What's been the catalyst? What's the change? What changed for this company? God, we should be publicly traded. We could all buy our own stock. That'd be amazing. They're worth $1 billion. Singapore capital markets. Almost no insider ownership. That's good. Citigroup just upgraded to 14. Tammy found a banger. So Citi's the bank on the deal, so they want people buying the stock so they can sell it to you. But that doesn't mean the value's not here. They were just buying down here at 3 and 4. This is a pretty interesting breakout opportunity here above $8. Just a matter of where this could go. This is killing me. So say we got some research to do on the steel production elements. We need to get some sort of demand tracker going. Porter, I think I might have just convinced. I think I might have figured out a way that we could get this trade tutor one to actually do research and potentially do do crawls and API calls to get specific alerts on certain things, like through news feeds, the RSS feed stuff. Do they have earnings coming for Tiger, Tammy? This is the only thing we'll need to stay on top of, but this is good. We might be able to scratch a 4-week trade here. So as long as earnings are clean, we should see a nice little run here on this one. This is a good find. So I'm going to probably drop the trade and I'll post it in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, make sure you claim your free roll. We post trades. We post charts. We're there talking. There's live trading. Make sure you get in there. Get in the link at the very bottom of this the screen here. Yeah, so if there's a clean print, this one should be a quick little 20, 30 points, a nice little banger. Good find, Tammy, for the victory. Getting pretty damn good at this, Tammy. When are you going to have a stream? You need to start sending me more of these trades. Lee's getting all the good stuff. That's making me jealous. It's not cool. You got to give me a taste of that too. All right, my kids are waiting for me to go swim, so I don't want to be a dick. I love y'all. I know there's not a lot. This is a weird time. I think this is the time to relax a little bit and figure out how we hold steady in a very uncertain time. We've been very, very diligent to buy the names we're buying, right? I've shared this in the Discord. We've been talking about them a lot. We covered some of them today. It's just an odd time. And I would just say in this market, I will make sure that I don't have any sort of like outsized exposure on anything. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I will not. So I'm kind of in a not defensive, but somewhat of a defensive position where I'm not really looking for expansion here. I'm just holding and waiting, grabbing a few new names, and then reevaluating every week. So I love y'all. Stay blessed now. Ta-ta.